I've been waiting for you. As you know, Earth is currently under extra-dimensional attack. Chimeras, like the ones you've just seen for the first time.
Since the release of the Nintendo Switch in March 2017, no one can deny that Nintendo has been on a massive roll of success, being the best-selling console for many months since its release, and with a plethora of games that have been pouring out non-stop on the system, which includes games such as The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, Super Mario Odyssey, Super Smash Bros. It has become a staple in the gaming scene, and without a doubt the most fun, simply due to its versatile nature of being both a home console and a handheld beast. But without taking any more time, let's get into the reason for this video, and that is Astral Chain, made by Platinum Games, the same people behind the Bayonetta series and one of my favorite recent games, Nier Automata, which I might do a video on at some point. But yeah, Astral Chain immediately caught my eye when I first saw it, mainly because of the anime art style, and we'll touch on that later. Starting off with the story and the plot of the game, I'm gonna read from the official site, and it says, The Ark, a massive, prosperous, multicultural city, but disaster strikes when mysterious dimensional gates appear, bringing dangerous alien creatures to the Ark to attack the people and corrupt the land. The Ark police form a special task force known as Neuron to face the alien threat head-on. Humanity's last chance against the invasion is a special living weapon called the Legion. As a rookie Neuron officer, you and your Legion will work together to solve cases and save humankind. Astral Chain gives you full control over two characters at once for thrilling, synergetic action, courtesy of Platinum Games. Switch between several Legion types and skills to save the world in your way. Right, let's talk firstly about the story, and from that, it seems you control these weapon type entities called the Legion in order to fight against these mysterious creatures from another dimension, basically, and that to me sounds awesome. The look of this game is one of the things I'm most excited about, and it just reminds me of The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, because I think they share a very sort of similar art style. And I'm personally obsessed with anime, so to see this cyberpunk meets anime style of art direction is huge for me. The gameplay you're seeing right now is from the beginning of the game, and it drops you right into the action straight away. It's awesome when games start off like this. So far it seems you can ride bikes in the game, and I assume cars also. It'll be interesting to see how that plays into the action style of the game as a whole. So you are one of a pair of twins which fall into whether you opt to play as a male or female character, and the other will be your twin sibling and closest squad mate. You both have been drafted into the task force known as Neuron, who are assigned to battling these extra-dimensional creatures known as chimeras. And by neurologically syncing with your Legion, you can then effectively combat these creatures. Combat looks absolutely insane, and I wouldn't expect any less from Platinum Games, to be honest. You have these things called Legions, which you sort of summon and I suppose take control of. And the most exciting thing about that is that there are different types of Legions, from shooting types to heavy hitting and nimble types. So far from the selection wheel we can see sword, arrow, arm, beast and axe modes of Legions to choose from. From the gameplay we've seen so far, the handheld weapon your character uses also seem to have different reiterations, from light one-handed forms for faster attacks to heavy two-handed forms for slower but harder hitting styles. Being that this game is made by Platinum Games, you can be sure the story is going to be amazing, and it reads, Astral Chain is set in a near future metropolis called the Ark. When this prosperous city finds itself under attack by creatures from beyond our dimension, it's up to the special task force Neuron to save the day before the end of the world as we know it. It also reads here that humanity's last hope against the extra-dimensional invasion is the Legion, a living weapon. Tethered to a human controller, you and your Legion will work together to fight off alien monsters and crack police cases while you're at it. Synergetic action is all in a day's work at Neuron. It also says you can team up with your Legion for coordinated attacks on one enemy or take on multiple foes at once. Aside from the insane action, you also have to solve cases and figure out happenings of different scenarios. Also, as a member of this elite force, you are the only ones who can actually see these other dimensional beings, as normal civilians cannot. So I think that's going to make for some very interesting gameplay ideas. I've also seen a part where there's some civilians who were being spied on by these things, but they had no idea because obviously they couldn't see them. We can see here two types of boss fights from this gameplay to get an idea of of the scale. And firstly, we have this sort of normal sized boss that takes a combination of everything you've learned so far to take it on. And the other boss battle is against a colossal looking monster the size of a few buildings stacked up on each other. This shows how diverse the encounters are going to be in this game. Astral Chain is promising to be a spectacular game, and I honestly cannot wait to be able to play it at home and on the go. And that's going to be all for this video, but watch out for a review of the game once it's out on the 30th of August. Thank you for checking out the video. If you liked it and want to see more, remember to subscribe, and until next time, peace.